Congratulations on purchasing the Pattern Fabric Notions Reference Library created in OneNote. It's a very simple database for you to organise your crafting goodies. It was primarily built to store sewing patterns. So you will find in this library it being centric to sewing patterns. However, if you are into crochet or knitting, you could easily change these headings to be for crocheting or knitting or even needlepoint. It is purely going to be up to you as to how you change your database or use it, or just use it the way it is. The reason you will find these sections are separate for the sewing patterns, we did do some tests and we found that this was the easiest way to find our patterns and organise them because of the large quantity. However, again, that would be the same for crochet and knitting or needlepoint or any other craft that you are into. It's a very simple system to use. You can do some searching you can search very easily, which I will show you in the app, because the app itself is actually a really nice way to be using it. I'm just quickly going to show you here on the Windows version, and then we'll flip over to the app. So each one of these sections will have a list of patterns that I have created to show you that you can have as many patterns as you like, and they're a page, and you can put as much information or as little information as you want in here. It is recommended that you put in the pattern information, so for example the cover page, so you can see the pattern nice and easily, and the back of the envelope, and then any other information. In this instance, we've thrown in some photos of items that have been created using this pattern. What's really handy is if you go out and about and you put the app on your phone and you link it, which is super easy to do if you're a Word or a Microsoft subscriber. If you see a fabric that you like and you'd like to find a skirt to match that fabric on the fly, you can do a search on your app and you can then see how much fabric you would need for your size for that particular skirt. So while I am on here, I will just show you a couple of small things. So when you first put your pattern name in, you would put your pattern number and what it is, because we already know in this instance it's under Quick Sew, so we know it's a Quick Sew pattern. This pattern has never been used, so it's still a brand new pattern. So it's just simply got a simple name and that's it. Now to get these images is very simple. So I've got one here, this is for a Burda one. Do a search on the pattern number and the brand, so I usually go Burda 6932, and using your snipping tool you snip what the photo is. Now one of the best things to do is, if it's got a zoom, bring it up on the zoom, and you can make your screen smaller so you get it all in, and then just use your snipping tool and we'll create a new one, and we copy that and we will place it, just Control V, and you you'd paste it in here. It's a little bit slow this morning. Okay, and there you have it. It's been placed into you. And you do the same for the back of the pattern. So we've got the back of the pattern, and you do exactly the same. And I would recommend doing, if it's got any other diagrams that show you the finish, do those as well. So we just pop back here and we might just take that out. So that's how simple it is to get the information onto your page for your pattern. One of the strong points in searching is knowing how to find patterns that you've already cut. We use a tagging system, and also we put C in brackets so we know the pattern is cut, and we highlighted in green. So that just gives us 3 different options to find those patterns. With the tags, you have lots and lots of options with the tags. So you can actually change your tag to suit yourself. We just choose heart because that's what we like. Every pattern that we've got in here, we tend to get rid of what we're not going to use again. But you may want to use a heart for the ones you love. You may want to use a tick for the ones that you may or may not do again. And you might use a question mark for argument's sake, for something that, you know, you're sitting on the fence, you don't know whether you use again. So that's why I've left some of them in here in colour, and they've been cut. So if you flip through, there's just an example in most of these sections which you can delete and add to. And just to add a page, you just add the page and it'll come up with a blank screen. So I'm just going to flip over at this point to the app, because I think the app is a lot more flexible in many ways. So let's just have a look here. Okay, so let's just take Birder for example, and with the Birder one, let's say we're going to put in a new pattern. So we'll go add a page, and you will see automatically you've got a blank page. And you can just highlight and delete the time and date, and also make sure that you have your in your settings, I think it's in your settings, you can turn off your signature. I'm not too sure. I've done it a number of times. It's off permanently. But otherwise you'll get, when you pop your things in, you'll get your initials in there. But it's pretty easy to do. Just quickly check on the system. So you'll just put in this same similar format, without the C, your next pattern. So I'm just going to delete that. Alright, let's have a look at the search. So we're going to search. We'll just kill that. And we'll just go back here. Okay, so you've got an option. We're going to search the current notebook, to search the pages and search the tags. Well, this is the tag, but let's just search the page just for argument's sake. So I'm going to type in dress and enter, and I will get everything that has the word dress in it come up. So I've got dressmaking fabric supplies, a dress, another dress, and this has got dress in it as well. So anything in the notebook that's got dress. So if I've got the word pattern, let's see what comes up. You're going to get a lot more come up. It's a pretty powerful search option. I haven't used the tag too much, but let's just go green. I'm not too sure. Okay. Probably just the way I've got this one set up. As you build your database, you'll be able to search on these items here. Because this has been pared down to suit the sale of this database, you probably won't see too much in the way of searching on these these items here. Let's have a look at crochet. So this has just been basically broken down into patterns, cardigans, jumpers, accessories, crochet hook sizes. So if you want to put your patterns in or list them, you can do, and the accessories, you might want to put your crochet hook sizes in. Knitting needle sizes. So you could do a copy. So let's just do a copy. And let's just pop this in the crochet hook sizes. And what we might do is we'll just set this up now. And I'm just going to take the text out, and then when you want to add another one, you just add another one. So that's already there for you. Needle point. So you've got a couple of options here. You may want to put a thread list in, a list of your threads. Needle point kits. If you've got kits, you want to put a list of your needle point kits. If you're in OneNote for Windows 10, which is going to give you more flexibility, you can make a sub-page. Just add a page, and we'll add that as a sub-page, and we might call this let's say, for example, you've got a set of needle point kits by they're all dogs. So you could possibly put a list of all the needle point kits that are dogs. You could have any type of heading here. Make it a sub-page under there, just for example. And you can do that with anything. And then, of course, there's a number of places you can buy different things associated with needlepoint. You've got supplies, very self-explanatory. These are independent sewing pattern supplies. Some how-to links. You may want to put links from the internet on here. So if we go back to supplies, you've got all these different supplies for different things. And the reference is the same thing. You can put in a shopping list, and you can put all sorts of things that you might want to have that you need to refer to on a regular basis. And you can see here that these are all broken down. A lot of these are broken down into subcategories. So it's all very simple to use. You're going to have a lot of fun putting all this in. One thing I think I have missed, and it may not be in here. Oh, here, sewing notions and tools. So this comes with, we've created a thread stock list. So you'll get the Gutermann thread colour chart, because that's a very popular thread to use. And there's a embedded Excel document that you could use if you want to catalogue all the thread colours you have. So you can modify and change that to suit yourself. So I've just left it the way it is for our stock, and you can enable editing for that. So if you're so inclined to do that. Otherwise, you can just create a table in here and just do it that way. So that's another thing. So there's one for embroidery thread, there's zippers, we've got flower makers. We use those flower makers. You may want to put a list of that. If you've got other tools and other bits and bobs, you can create a little table for those so you know what you've got. If you've got any questions, just message me through the place where you have purchased this, and I will do what I can to help you. Have fun sewing, crafting, knitting, crocheting, needle pointing, and hope you get many, many hours and joy. Thank you.